Hello there, people. Welcome back to the EagleBite83 channel where the past never dies. I'm of course your host, EagleBite, and welcome to another episode of Roleplay Review, the series where I am watching my old roleplay streams and actually doing the commentary track behind every little detail in the recorded sessions. Tonight we are going to go into the episode 29 of the series Blood Ties, titled Diverging Appetites, in which Robin Burley, my character, sort of ventures out on his own to find someone. You'll see. This is going to be an interesting one too, because there is a little bit of a hint of an ERP session here. Not session, just a hint of something that's actually going to happen. That actually happens to the characters, and it was very controversial at the time. I was honestly wondering if I was going to like get banned for it or whatever. Turned out to not be so bad, but. Yeah, let's see if we can set this up properly here. Screen capture, yes, that should work. Okay, let's see. Let's start this. Okay, so let's move over there. Okay, that is not showing. Let's see here real quick. Main screen. I'm not actually seeing any. What's this? Oh, there it is. Automatic. Oh, there you go. Okay. Does that work? Oh yeah, it works. Okay, good. Yeah, I just need to basically make it. Yeah, there you go. Okay, whatever. Let's do it. Let's do it. Here we go. Oh, wait. That always happens once I'm using the hotkeys on the freaking side of the mouse. I always speed it up. Normal speed. There you go. Here we go. Blood Ties.
It had been a while since we got back from the bunker, and one day, as I was casually sorting through my shit, I realized I was hearing a specific sound which I hadn't heard even once since I got back to Deer Isle. Oh my god. Oh my god. Is it... Holy shit! The skies had opened, and the rains were finally falling.
Thing is, at that time, right at that time, a lot of people had been complaining in the Discord about in the community Discord, that the rains, it had been like weeks since people had seen rain here on this server. That's why this was like such a big thing when it happened.
It's fucking raining! For some reason, Deer Isle had gone through an extremely long drought, with not even a single drop of rain falling for months on end. This was a welcome change in the weather, and I chose to take it as a good omen.
As you should.
God. Huh. A bit later, Rory came around.
Oh, wait. Before I forget, let me switch over the category to DayZ. Just to be proper, you know what I mean? There you go. Okay, so it's changed now, and... oh yeah, I should do roleplay review in the title too. There we go. Okay, so it's changed now. If anybody wants to switch over and see the correct game and title, just refresh your browser, basically. All right, let's keep going.
Hey, man. Managed to come back?
Oh,
What the fuck are you doing?
thing is, Medi could be a little bit unpredictable sometimes. I had no idea he was going to do that. I was actually a little bit, slightly shocked. I was like, what is he doing? Because he didn't say anything. He was just completely silent and started acting weird and crazy. I'm like, what's going on? Episode 29. Diverging Appetites.
Rory?
I'm like, okay, I'm gonna fucking go out, get out, and be honest.
Get the fuck away. Rory had apparently woken up in one of his moods. Either that or his morning substitute for coffee had been spiked. But his peculiar moods was something which could be traced back to his high school mornings, and it always resulted in me having a bad day.
Oh, he's bleeding.
Oh shit, I'm bleeding. How the oh, I hit the fucking wall.
Idiot! You know, I just wanted to scream that.
Come on, Kenobi, save me. You're my only hope.
I mean... Yeah... You brought this on yourself. After Rory had calmed down and I'd had to bandage him like so many times in years past, he had cooled down enough to give me a message.
Yeah. I saw you go. He told me to tell you hi.
Ah, okay, good.
He reiterated that there's 3 blue armbands, and apparently they rob people from Waldo to Oldfield and Sunset.
Oh, did you go via Cougar Town?
Yeah, I came through Cougar Town and he told me watch out for them. He said that they actually hang around here near this area. Thought that was relevant to mention.
Okay. Hugo was a reliable and stand-up guy.
I'm just gonna say this. Man, I was ambitious trying to fence in this entire thing here. At that time, I was almost kind of sort of doing it on my own because Rory lived in a house that was like outside the compound. So I was the one mostly building the fence. Like all of this I had like fixed myself. Once I left, like at the end of the show, I think Rory and a lot of other people helped to really build it into what it became later. But I was the one who actually laid the foundations for this.
Whom we'd met back when he had been with the now defunct New Duskar crew. I didn't know which faction he was with now, though I suspected it was Lamplight that had taken him in, as they were on a high priority recruitment drive because of the mutant attacks, which were on the rise. Yeah. They didn't say anything about, like, sky blue armbands or anything. Or he...
They just said bright blue armbands.
Bright blue. Okay, so they...
But there was 3, yeah, and so I'm assuming that was them, since there was 3 of them.
Yeah. These last couple of days, Rory had been doing some scouting around Waldoboro, and while Lamplight had chosen to remain secretive about the details concerning their base, Rory was now 99% sure that he had managed to pinpoint the location of their compound. He opted to show me on the map where he believed the main base of Lamplight was located.
It was west. It's actually in a military base.
Okay.
So if you look at Waldo,
Yeah.
there, if you're looking at the roads, there's one that it goes like, okay, so you see the road that goes directly, if you're looking at the left side of Waldo, it goes up, and if you scroll in, you can see like 2 stores on either side of it, a police station, a hospital on that one road.
Hold on. I see, the one that goes straight, like, from down and up.
Yeah, that one. And if you go to where it bisects another major road in the
Oh,
north, further
the
up,
military base that is like to the northwest of that.
yeah, you see there's two watchtowers,
Yeah.
two watchtower icons on that's exactly where it is.
Okay. Oh, good to know. Finally.
Yeah, it's pretty well boarded up. Like they got walls within walls.
Okay. All right. Good. Good to know. Finally confirmed. Later in the day, I was alone inside the walls when I spotted two figures just outside the gates. Hello there.
Oh, hey, what's your name?
What's going on?
I said, wait, what's your name?
I'm Robin. What's your name?
Oh shit, Loki.
All right.
Nice to meet you. Are you building here?
Me too. Yeah. This is my compound.
Oh shit. You got a group?
This guy, he gave me the creeps from the first moment I set my eyes on him. This guy was like he was so nosy, and he kept having his gun out. I'm like, okay, this guy is bad news. So I'm like, no, I'm not going to tell you squat. Or at least I try to be as restrictive with information as I could. And you might be able to hear that in my very short, uninformative answers.
Yeah, kind of, sort of. We're working a little bit on that.
Is there a name?
Huh?
Name? Is there a name of your group?
Oh, yeah. We're the Burley family.
The Burley family. You guys are all like big family.
Oh, kinda. Okay, even I, who was used to take people at face value, could tell that this guy was probing. The masked faces, questions of whether or not I was in a group.
Oh, both of them have their guns out as well. At first it was only him, but then now there's both of them have their guns out.
The name of that group, the twitchy inability to stand still because instincts were expecting incoming fire, and just the fact that both of them had approached with guns at the ready made my instincts react, because these were hostile indicators that the Arbiters had taught me the hard way.
Yeah.
What's your name?
You adventuring right now? Are you part of a faction?
No, I'm a small group, basically.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, nice, man. So you're part of a faction?
Moral group.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Informal. It took a moment for me to realize what was happening, but suddenly I did have guns pointed at me. The memory of the Arbiters galvanized my suspicions. If the fence hadn't been up, I was pretty sure that these guys would have gotten the best of me.
All blood related, or just like people you call brothers?
It kind of depends on how you view it.
That makes no sense.
No, it actually does not make sense, but I was so dead set on just confusing him with my answers, wishing for him to go away, you know?
They're either blood related or they're not. Is there like some sort of shady incest going on in those two houses, or like, because this doesn't make sense.
Or maybe adoption, you know. Voluntary or involuntary.
Adoption. So basically related, but not blood related.
Kinda, maybe.
Okay, Burley brothers, you guys stay safe. We're gonna leave.
Yeah, you too.
Yep. See ya.
They knew they weren't really getting anywhere with that. So it's like, okay, fuck
You
that.
too. It was made blatantly obvious that I was evading their questions, and as the fence was up, they'd most likely decided to not waste the time. The whole process was so similar to how it had gone down before. Nowadays, we were on good terms with the Arbiters. I'd even heard rumors about our family name having made the Arbiters' white list, basically a list of people the Arbiters considered off-limits when it came to robberies.
No, I
These
like
guys,
that.
however, I hadn't seen any armbands, and as such, they were decidedly not part of the Arbiters, and I needed to remember the name Loki. Since they had scoped out our settlement, I couldn't be certain that they wouldn't come back.
So a little bit nervous. But trying to relax.
That evening, I was resting out on a wooden boat dock next to the bridges when I felt like checking the SATCOM. And what a coincidence, because the timing turned out to be just right, as I saw a text message from a familiar individual.
This was so tedious to do in post. You know, have to edit in the frickin' text messages over what I called SATCOM, which was basically what everybody else called encrypted communications, which was obviously not the radio in-game radio, but rather the chat in Discord. Basically the in-character chat in Discord. So I had to like transfer that constantly and edit it into the game, or not the game, but into the video, so that you guys, like the audience, is able to understand what it is that I'm seeing. I wanted to be that deep and not be all like just explaining in monologue. So basically, this is what I got. Eve here, looking for a friendly voice. Do you remember Eve, by the way? Eve is from, I think, episode 7 and 8. Or 6 and 7. Yeah, the only two-parter episodes in Blood Ties, when we help her move. And now we're in episode 29, so it's been a while since we saw her. Eve here, looking for a friendly voice. And I answer, Eve? Church of Prophets, Eve? And she's like, that's me, who's asking? I was a little bit surprised here that she didn't remember me, but then again, we hadn't met in a long time. Wow, I haven't heard from you in a long time. This is Robin of the Burleigh family. How are you? And then somebody else cuts in, your name is me? Just trying to survive, Robin. A bit lonely out here. To the person who asked, don't be a smart arse. And then then Sergey cuts in. If they Burleigh brothers are around, meet me in Duskar, Sergey. And I respond, gotcha. Want to meet up? I'd like to catch up if you're up for it. Obviously, I was talking to Eve. Sure, Robin. Just go north on the main road out of Waldoboro. And then I have to answer Sergey as well. Sergey, what's up? I'm kind of committed to something here for the moment. Rain check? Or I could check if Rory's available. And then I answer, Eve, I got a better idea. Remember where you used to live before you moved to Oceanville? Let's meet at that place. And Sergey responds, if y'all are busy at school, I'ma be in the area. Just wanted to see if you wanted to link up and bullshit for a bit, Sergey. Sergey was a nice guy. I didn't spend enough time with him. Gotcha, Sergey. We'll roll together soon enough. Pinky swear. Alright, yeah, but I can't travel at night, so in the morning. First suspicious comment. And I'm like, oh, that works great. Robin. Why did I end it with Robin? Okay. Haha, alright, stay safe, boys. Sergey.
Eve, what a nice surprise. She'd been gone for so long. It would be really interesting to meet up with her again. I considered hastily to give a shout out to Sergey again, since Eve and I had rescheduled our meetup for tomorrow, but in all honesty, I had to admit that I was somewhat tired, and so I went home to get some sleep.
Really? Did we reschedule in the actual chat? I didn't. Did we say tomorrow?
The following day, I headed out for Sandy Bay. Right. Very nice, very nice.
I'm not sure where Rory was at this time, though. I think he was offline. Or Medi, basically, but yeah. Rory's his character.
Yo, bro, you up?
Checking his house.
Rory was asleep as usual. He never liked getting up this early in the morning. And since I didn't want another repeat of spastic morning mood Rory, I guess I had to make the trip on my own. The location I'd chosen was a house that Eve had been living at before we'd had the privilege of making her acquaintance. It was the very house which the Burley family, plus several others, had helped Eve to vacate when she moved from Sandy to the church outside Oceanville. I'd picked that location as a safety precaution, but with the radio being an open channel, it was best if only me and Eve knew of the location. We didn't want any gun-toting hostiles to ambush us.
Oh yeah, I remember this. I approach Sandy Bay now. Sandy Bay? Sandy Shore? Yeah, Sandy Bay. And this town has changed since we were there last. This is when that guy, John McClane, who actually designs Deer Isle, the German, I think he's German, when he had actually updated the map. And this was the first time I actually saw Sandy Bay firsthand. And it was actually cool to explore Sandy Bay here because the whole layout had changed and a lot of small details had been added. As we will see. Look at that. Look how good that looks. Town has gotten a bit overgrown.
Holy shit. As I arrived in Sandy Bay, I was surprised to find the town had virtually been swallowed by greenery since last time I was here. Amazing.
Well, this place sure has changed.
Look at this. And this is so cool because he had added here basically sort of the remains of a survival style compound, like walled compound that had been abandoned. This is actually really cool. Check this out. Like right here. Obviously, I didn't miss the beat. I immediately capitalized on it and like concluded that this must be where a faction that we'd heard about had been, and they must have been wiped out. Like all for the immersion, you know? Look at the amount of bodies here.
Look at this.
Inside the overgrown ruins of Sandy, I came across an abandoned makeshift compound with massive piles of dead bodies cluttering the street in front of it. And out of the blue, a memory was triggered. Sandy Bay.
Oh my.
Anyone caught walking around freely in Sandy Bay will be robbed if you don't have proper tax to give to the disciples.
Here. That looks awful familiar.
It sure does.
Unoriginal as fuck.
Interesting. Alright. Well, I guess there's copycats in every layer of society.
I mean, look at the text and the lettering. Come on, they're trying so hard to be edgy.
I know. Well, I guess now we knew what had happened to the disciples. I didn't know what had happened to Aaron or John the Traitor, people who had lived in Sandy before, but this place had power behind it, and I remember the note me and Rory had found down in Stonington which proclaimed Sandy Bay as disciple territory. It was equally as evident that the place had been overrun by creepers. I knew the Arbiters liked to take the credit, but it was visible to all who passed here, The main gate was oversaturated with piles of dead bodies, the silent evidence of a horde rushing the defenses. And I could see several piles of dead bodies inside the compound too, the remainder of a last stand that hadn't gone according to plan. The place was utterly devoid of both loot and life, and so I decided to keep moving.
Yeah. On Survivalists, they had that mod where the zombies sounded like that. That was actually kind of terrifying, and it was also a welcome change from the vanilla sounds of DayZ zombies.
Eve, you home? Or here?
This was her old home, like old home. Like in episode, I think 6, or 7, this is the place where we actually help her move from. So when we met her, she was already on her way out from this house.
She wasn't there. I took a moment, but before I could gather my thoughts, the SATCOM chimed in.
Robin, I'm too far up north headed to you. I'm hungry and not doing well. Please help. Eve, this is Robin. What's your 20? Robin. And then she does this. And the fun part is... Yeah, I'm gonna narrate it so you'll understand. But yeah, I'm seeing this, and anybody could, with half a brain, could understand this. But yeah, Robin, bunch of numbers, and 3 numbers conveniently located within brackets.
Eve had answered with a
Whatever
bunch
they
of
are.
numbers, hoping to confuse whomever else might be reading these SATCOM texts, while having faith that I would be able to decode her message. The message, of course, being that she was giving me her frequency. In truth, it wasn't really that hard to spot, but now was not the time to nitpick. If Eve was in trouble, I needed to get to her fast.
I will say though, I really like that idea that she was actually that she did that, because that's clever, but it is very easy to understand. She shouldn't have put the brackets or whatever they were. She should have just done a long ass row of numbers and then a dot and then another long ass row of numbers. That would have been more. That would have been a little bit harder to decrypt, because that could have basically meant anything. But the brackets were like obvious, so obvious, you know. But apparently she's in trouble, so now I'm picking up the pace.
Eve, this is Robin. Come in.
Yes, this is Eve.
Oh, good. Good to hear from you. How are you?
Trouble here.
I gotcha.
Walter Worrell, and I can't get. I'm hungry, and I can't find any food.
Okay. I got some spare food if you need it, so I'm headed towards you. Where in Waldboro?
There's a problem too. I really favor the radio, but I have a problem.
The second suspicious thing. Also, I should have realized that it was stupid to actually ask her over the radio where she was. Because in these, even RP servers where KOS is discouraged, she could have been robbed by divulging her location. I should have been smarter. I didn't really think about that in the moment. I was like, I just need to know where I need to go, you know?
Alright.
Be around people right now.
Oh, and that's even worse. Suspicious. Even more suspicious.
Okay.
Can't be around people? What was she, toxic? Plague infested? A million scenarios flashed in my mind, and I didn't know what to make of this.
We'll find out.
North of the Salty Cougar.
Okay. I'm not too far away.
Oh shit. Zombie.
Alright, be careful. I'm coming.
I'm
It's not
coming.
safe for me. I'm trying to avoid houses, and I'm just everywhere I go, there's a house. Chicken.
Chicken!
Get that chicken. Oh, good lord, the headaches here.
Yeah, the lag in Waldoboro here was insane. And you know what was causing that? We are extremely close. In fact, I think to the left, like right there, you can see the entrance to what we discussed in the very beginning of the video was Lamplight's base. Lamplight's base was huge, and no wonder that there's such lag here. But it was so frustrating.
Holy crap. What is this?
Oh no, that wasn't actually the entrance to Lamplight's base, but it is like really close by, really close by.
Help. Note that just says help. Okay. That wouldn't be you, would it?
I know.
I gotcha. I'm heading down to the oh, shit.
Sorry.
There she is.
Well, here you are.
Uh-oh.
And here you go.
Oh, that's bad. That's bad.
Okay, that laughter suddenly made everything clear to me. Either Eve had indulged in alcohol, or she had in fact done something highly controversial by eating human meat to survive.
And her bloody hands don't really, comfort me, Right here, I was thinking, oh shit, has Eve become a cannibal? Am I in danger now? A million thoughts were going through my mind here.
Now it made sense why she didn't want to be around people. Cannibalism was proven to have the side effect of involuntary laughter, and because of this, everyone she came across would suspect her of being a cannibal when they heard her laugh uncontrollably.
So you got the case of the giggles, I hear.
Eve told me about how she had felt compelled to leave society and how she had ended up far up in the mountains and had come across the same growths that me and Rory saw at the bunker.
It looks like tentacles, octopus tentacles coming out of it.
Did you see the
It was a
bunker?
square. That could have been, yeah.
Yeah, I was there with my brother and scoped out the place. We suspected that there were scientists living there and we wanted to contact them, but we didn't find any trace of that, just demon dogs.
Wow. I don't know how I survived. I got really hungry and I dropped my bag of food because I had an extra bag of food and I dropped it and I was down and out and I thought I was going to die up there. And all of a sudden I looked in this old house. It's
Ruined house, right?
yes, the ruined house. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We were there too.
Look,
Oh.
this is what I found.
Oh, you found that in the ruined house.
Yes, in the ruined house, and there was meat in it, and so I cooked it, and I ate it,
Oh.
and now I have the giggles.
Okay. Okay.
But I was starving, and I didn't know what else to do.
I understand. I understand. Where do you live now, or?
I'm trying to sound very like comforting and understanding, but at the same time, I'm like thinking to myself, like, is she a threat? Is this just a ruse? Is this just something she's like, she's pulling my, if she's pulling my leg now and then later on eating my leg, that's not good.
Are you just on the road?
I'm just on the road.
I was getting an idea. Me and Rory had been talking about seeking out people to join our community. Ideally, people whom we could trust, and we did go way back with Eve.
We have a place where we live. It's gonna be sort of a community eventually. That's why we're wearing the armbands as well. Right now we have the pure white double armbands to signify Burleyville. That giggling might become a problem, though. Yeah, the giggling is gonna be a problem. So we're gonna have to hide you away for now. There is.
I remember this. This was actually kind of fun. You know, it was like we had to figure out how to get her to where we lived without, you know, encountering other people. Because if we did, they would hear her laugh and almost certainly attack, you know? Because cannibalism was something that was obviously, for good reason, frowned upon, to say the least. And we had to like map out how we were gonna get her back. Also, that is true. Here I got the idea that actually maybe we could include her as the first member, except the Burley brothers, like the first member of a non-bloodline relation to be a member in Burleyville. Because we did need more members. Me and Rory, we were starting to get on each other's nerves a little bit. We'd been with each other's for so long, and we needed fresh blood in the group. So I was really, and this worked well too because Rory was also with us when we moved Eve's stuff. I mean, he knew her as well as I did, so I was banking on the fact that he would remember her and be all like, you know, okay, cool. Like, this is Eve. Nice, I know her. But then I realized something which, for all intents and purposes, made the whole thing very dramatic. And it was the fact... Well, we'll get to that.
A church not too far away. Though it is in a state of disrepair. But it does have a water well, like, within its confines.
Yeah, at this point, I was thinking that she could live at the church for a little while. Like, make that her base. She didn't necessarily have to board it up. Because... obviously, if she starts to board up the church, especially a church that has a water well, and people will be going there to get water there, then people will know that there is like an occupant there, at least one. And when they contact her, well, it kind of would be counterproductive to the whole hiding out at the church thing. So, I don't know. That's another thing that I didn't really think through, because I thought it would be perfect. It's like off to the side, derelict church, not many people would go there, and you would have water to survive. But at the same time, it is actually kind of a nexus in a way, because there is a well there. So, yeah.
You might want to set up there for the time being, and I could like bring you a little bit of food every now and then, and maybe the giggling will eventually go away.
This was I was kind of thinking that she would become the Burleyville secret. You know, the dirty little secret that she was like a cannibal, and we were hiding her, you know, protecting her, sheltering her, harboring her, and that would obviously that would be a source of contention for us as a group. But at the same time, this is a role-playing server. It would create delicious opportunities for drama, conflict, etc. Remember, on an RP server, that's what you strive for. You want shit to happen. Otherwise, it's just your average PvE server running around looting. Nothing else happens. So, whenever you can do these things that actually promote drama, promote foundations for, you know, distrust or something that sets up things, that's gold, you know, and everybody does it. Nobody really wants to shoot first. We always want to at least stay our guns, even if we hold people up or something like that. We try to, you know, bring it as far as we can. Maybe not even to the point where it is a conflict or like a deadly conflict, like a shootout or anything. Sometimes that happens, obviously. And the threat of that is the thing that makes it so exciting. But just the fact that everybody else that you're playing with also understand this, you know, that they're not going to shoot you first, but both of you are still going to have to act as if your lives really matter a lot, and you know you have that fear. The what's it called? Value of your life rule or whatever it's called. I don't remember what it's called now. But where you essentially have to act as if you are, you know, basically there and doing all this and in this world. That's what roleplay is, and I like it. I love it.
Granted, I was no medical expert, so I didn't know if it would go away, but I had never seen Eve this down and out before, and I felt so bad for her. However, it wouldn't do to be labeled as a camp for cannibals either when we were gaining the trust of Krugertown and just about to get our business venture off the ground. This would be somewhat tricky, but at the very least we could give Eve a place to hide out at while we looked around for people who knew about this affliction and what to do if it was curable.
How do you like that idea?
That's great.
Right?
That's why I stayed up in the mountains for so long, was because of this giggling. I thought maybe if I stopped eating mysterious food that was left out, and started eating just canned food, that maybe it would stop. What if I started carrying alcohol with me and saying I was drunk?
It's a possibility. Yeah, we could do that. I'm glad you find this as amusing as I do.
Yes, it's very amusing.
Yeah, I hear you say that.
I have to say I liked the woman who played Eve. She was really nice and very easy to role play with, like bounce things off of and with. Well, you know what I mean. I really did.
Okay, well, I do have a couple of cans of alcohol back at my house, but yeah. First of all, let's have you clean your hands a little bit.
Oh yes. I don't have. Thank you. It was just from the chicken. I have chicken to prove it.
Yeah, I got you. I heard you over the radio, so I don't doubt it. I mean, I've met you before. You're a sweet girl. I don't think you are, like... You know, I want to give you a chance. You know what I mean?
I can assure you that it was a desperate thing that I just happened to find it, and I was starving, and like I said, it was a desperate thing. I was on the verge of starving to death.
I understand.
In the mountain, and
Oh boy, Rory was not gonna let me live this down. I knew this was the right thing to do, but at the same time,
Yeah.
Something deep inside me was questioning why I was so ready to believe Eve. After all, it was a questionable situation, and nobody would have looked down on me for rather being safe than sorry. Bringing a total stranger in was already a risk. Bringing someone in who was laughing hysterically and had blood on her hands, I don't know. And all those times before began to just spring back into my mind.
Do you know where, like, in the north, Eve and James went?
No, I just know that they were planning to go up north.
Was it like a honeymoon thing?
No, they're not married.
Okay.
Good news for him. I think my bro's got a crush on the cult leader.
No, I don't. Shut up.
Good.
Oh boy.
I just want to talk to her, you
Crush
know?
on Bruno?
I just want to,
Eve.
talk to her and see how she's doing, you know?
Like that cult chick all over again.
No, she's a good, decent woman. Shut up. Anyway, they're settling down with Sanctuary, basically, so she's now up there.
Ah.
Yeah. I think Carter's heart is going to be crushed.
How about your heart?
Well, you know what? That was never in question, okay? That was not something that I just went up there. I worried about her, okay? So,
Right here, I was getting the idea for what was going to happen. Right here, I planted the seed of Robin actually unbelievably like slightly falling for Eve, falling in love, getting really like getting a crush on her. Up to this point, with all these flashbacks that you saw, was basically Rory teasing his brother about, you're in love with Eve, and Robin being all like, no, I'm not. But like the monologue said, all those memories kept coming rushing back to me now. And he basically says, I don't know why I was so ready to trust Eve. After all, this was a very suspicious situation. That readiness is spurred on by, obviously, his feelings for her, which he keeps denying. And you'll see where this leads in this very episode. Let's keep going.
It's not something I want to... stop it! Don't you start second-guess it, too. She's my friend, nothing more. And this is the right thing to do. It's settled. Now shut up.
So, tell me a little bit, like, how have you been since last time? How did Meville turn out?
How did what?
How did...
Meville.
Yeah, Meville.
Meville is, I ended up leaving because
Yeah.
there wasn't a whole lot, there wasn't a whole lot of people going by, and people weren't waking up, so...
Yeah, that's where we actually saw them last, I think. She was up there founding a little offshoot settlement of Sanctuary, I believe, on the outskirts of Sanctuary. Sanctuary with whoever it was. And that was a while ago, like maybe 10 episodes more, I think, since we saw that. So she has been like it was very long time since we saw her last.
Oh, yeah.
I needed to be around more people. So I moved from Meville to Sanctuary. Well, up north is where I was headed. And stopped at Waldoboro. I liked Waldoboro a lot.
Oh, yeah. Wait, what happened actually between you and Cameron? Did you, like, part ways amicably, or...?
Oh, right! Right, she settled with Cameron. Right? Yes. That was the first time I think I met Cameron. Right, and then we met Cameron again as he was a member of Lamplight, and he was kidnapped by Jose, and I assumed that Jose had killed Cameron, but we had just realized that Cameron was still alive and well, while Jose had been killed and effectively been dismembered by the Arbiters, to everybody's glee and joy.
I would one day like to find him again.
Yeah, I've had some adventures with Cameron.
As I told Eve about the whole hostage situation I'd experienced, I realized how good it felt being in her company again. I'd missed her and her quirkiness. Not only did I count her as one of my closest ties on the islands, but she was also a dead ringer for our first inclusion into Burleyville. I was just hoping that my brother would see it too. What with having his left eye gouged out by cannibals and having his cousin forcefully mutated into, whatever he'd become, I was naturally expecting some resistance on part of Rory as soon as he caught wind of Eve's giggling, and I would have to try and work it out somehow. Knowing Rory and his volatile nature when it came to anything even remotely inhuman, it could potentially make for a really bad situation.
Honestly, here, it was starting to dawn on me that actually, I don't even know what Medi's gonna do. Medi, the guy playing Rory. I did not know how far he wanted to take his whole I hate mutants kind of mentality. So I was a little bit, like, I was genuinely afraid here that, oh shit, am I leading Eve into like a death trap now? How the hell am I going to convince my brother, or in-game brother, that she's actually... This created a lot of conflict in me. I was like very conflicted, and it was an odd feeling because it was exciting, but it was also terrifying, you know?
I knew that as soon as he heard that incriminating laughter, he would be up in arms, and after the situation with Dex, I couldn't discard any possible outcomes. This would take a whole lot of smooth talking.
And I didn't see what they did with him, so...
Hey, Riser! What's happening here? I'm doing the commentary track for my role-playing series. And it's an ongoing show. We're at episode 29 right now. I did beat Lure of the Temptress, and since we'd only been streaming for half an hour at that point, I figured why the hell not just do another roleplay review episode.
So, I don't know, but apparently he's alive again. I've heard people say that he's back with lamplights.
I'm eating this food and I'm getting a little bit... I'm okay.
Okay.
I do have chlorine tablets if I could go down to that water over there that I hear. Oh god.
Uh-oh. Okay, yeah. You need to
She's not okay.
eat, like, small bites. You can't be eating too much when you're when you have a condition. Yeah, try to keep yourself hydrated. Oh yeah, you're hungry. Just take small bites. Small bites. Yeah.
Hey, no worries, Ricefall. If you want to know stuff, just ask. I can pause. Don't worry about that. It's all right.
Good.
I'm trying not to puke. If I puke, try not to puke in the creek. Got it. Or the river.
Yeah. Okay, it wasn't that funny. All right, are you good to go?
I could say I was giggling over the radio.
All right, let's go.
That could have been for many reasons.
So we're trying to make our way back to Burleyville, basically. And like I said, we don't want to meet any other people, encounter any other people, because if they hear Eve giggling, they're going to assume she is a cannibal. And that's not going to be a good thing at all. So we're really trying to... We don't want to follow the roads right now. And I think we're going to actually take a detour
Could have
here.
been drinking.
Oh, no. What? No. Oh. Ah.
Ha! Thank you for the boost up.
Yeah, you're welcome. All things considered, though, it's good to see you again. I've been wondering what happened to you.
It's good to see you too. I've had quite the experience since coming to Deer Isle.
Yeah.
I can't swim.
I was just gonna say, I hope you can swim.
So this created a little bit of a problem, because I was wondering, like, okay, is she gonna go hard in with role-playing on that she can't swim? Because we essentially need to make our way over here, like, cross this part. And I don't know. Let's see what happens.
I don't. Well, it depends. Where are we going? What to?
Just straight across to that, that side. Right across here. You think you can make it?
Oh.
It's like, I can't swim. Well, we're just gonna go across here. You think you can make this little gap? Okay, yeah, I can swim. I can't swim, but I can swim a little bit. Only if it's a little bit. You know what?
Still very hungry.
What do you feel? Are you?
Okay.
You can work. You can do it.
I feel like I could do it now.
All
Hold on,
right.
let me get some water.
Not too
and
much.
And then yeah, I think I can do it.
Not too much. There we go. There we go. All right, you good?
Yeah. Okay, go.
Okay.
See, cheating.
Race ya.
You're gonna win because you had a head start.
No, I didn't have a head start. You had a head start.
But then I couldn't swim for some reason. I
Oh,
forgot how.
yeah, of course. They all say that. Yeah. Absolutely.
I'm gonna drown you now.
No, you're not gonna. No, you're not gonna. Can't catch me. Can't catch me.
This was actually making real good foundation for the burgeoning love story. I'm not gonna say too much, but yeah.
I'm gonna catch you.
No.
Get your feet.
You can't. Let go of my feet.
We were actually having real fun.
I'm getting away from you.
Not really. But kind of.
Oh lord. Yeah, I can see ground beneath us. We're almost there.
Service restarting in
Okay.
5 minutes.
All right. Very good. Very good. Here we go.
I'm not like overly thirsty.
There we go. Oh Jesus!
Whoa.
What? Okay.
Really?
I'll fight you with my thermos.
Yeah. And I'll hit you square in the plate carrier. That will not hurt at all.
Right.
Where are we?
You're closing in on Burleyville, the new magical land of shotguns and mysteries.
Okay. Shotguns and mysteries. I like it. Where exactly is Burleyville?
Burleyville.
Like what area?
I'll show you. I'll show
What
you.
is it close to? It's a mystery.
It's a mystery.
You're keeping everything very mysterious, very secret.
Yeah. We kind of have to do that right now because apparently we've been scoped out by some shady people, and I don't want to say too much yet. I think we could just run across here. Alright. The church is just up ahead. Now, it is, as I said, in a state of disrepair. Fairly run down. But, yeah, just up ahead here.
Right, there it is.
Nobody really comes here.
And as we approached, we could clearly see why. I had forgotten the fact that the church didn't even have a roof, and I couldn't in good conscience ask Eve to stay at a place with human bodies lining the outer walls. The stench was not a good substitute for the fragrance of morning coffee. No, this wouldn't work at all. I started thinking of alternatives.
I think... yeah. This won't do. Can't really live here, can you? This could be sort of a good hideout if we have like official business at Burleyville. If we get guests and you need to hide somewhere. But I can't have you live like this. Follow me. What I was thinking is maybe I could let you live inside the perimeter fence of Burleyville, take one of the houses and have you live there, but when we get guests, you're gonna have to like maybe scoot up here or something, you know, just to, you know how.
Like I said, Burleyville's dirty little secret. That was kind of the idea of what I was going for.
What I mean.
Yeah. I could do that.
Let's take an adjacent house first of all. Come on, let's follow me.
As I was waiting for a headache of Eve's to clear up,
Yeah, she was actually desyncing here. Either that or she was doing something away from keyboard.
I realized that we were not alone.
Hello there.
Hello.
You just popped out of nowhere, didn't you?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright. You going somewhere?
This was really eerie because, first of all, I was already nervous about meeting anybody else since Eve was already giggling like a madman, and if anybody else heard that, it was pretty good odds that they would start becoming hostile. Secondly, he was difficult to talk to, like at least here at first. He just stood there and didn't say anything.
The man wasn't answering, and I immediately thought of Loki and his boy. We were in Burleyville territory after all, and they might have stayed to wait for an opportunity. As Eve's headache cleared up and her giggles came back, we set the plan about blaming alcohol into action.
How's that liquor? You took a swig.
Nice.
Yeah, you took a great deal swig there.
Yeah, we were really like bluffing here. We tried to like, give the feeling that yeah, she's been drinking.
Keeps me a little bit more warm.
Yeah. Can tell.
You going to Cougar?
No, not tonight. She's in no condition to go there. She's a little bit wasted.
Oh, that's the
I
best
could
time
use
to
some
go.
more. I'm a little cold again.
Yeah, I gotcha. Yeah, no, I'm gonna try to get her to bed. And we'll see.
Too bad.
You need food?
I mean, are you hungry?
Oh yeah. You got any liquor?
You don't need any more liquor, okay?
Unfortunately, I don't have much other
I
food. I
do.
usually just fish or get my water from wells and shit.
Okay.
Actually, here, you guys. Second, that's for you.
I was a little bit wary of him as well because he's wearing Arbiter garb. He wasn't wearing the Arbiter armbands, and yeah, I mean, sure, anybody can find these black ponchos, but essentially, he looked like an Arbiter.
And this is for you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much.
I'm carrying like 5 gallons of water anyway, so you guys can.
Okay. Well, thank you, man. What's your name?
No worries, it's Rush.
Rush?
I like a Limbaugh, that motherfucker.
Like the old band.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you. You native to these parts?
I'm not native here either. I just wander.
Okay. Jesus. We really need to get you to bed. Alright, well, thank you very much for
I
your...
need more alcohol.
No,
Quiet.
quiet.
Got any whiskey?
Alright, take care, man.
Oh, fuck. That's funny. I should have saved my can of vodka because I could probably have given you that.
No, she
But
doesn't
I
need
don't.
any more. No,
Yeah.
go away.
Yeah.
Stop that.
Be safe,
Where's
guys.
Yeah,
where's the
take it.
bottle of vodka?
No, stop. Get over here. Get over here. Jesus. Alright, come on. Christ, that was close.
Did I do a pretty good?
Yeah,
Did I do a pretty good drunk person?
that was good. That was good. That was good. Like, I really didn't want you to get shot or anything, you know.
Now here we arrive at a house, and this is where the whole thing happens, where they sort of consummate their love. And that's what I was afraid of was going to be very controversial on the server. In fact, I mean, we didn't roleplay that everything that I have that will transpire here, I did in post. I edited in so it would like seem a certain way. But I do actually. I wasn't confident in the fact that people would understand that. So I specifically put a disclaimer in the middle of the lovemaking scene. Let's watch.
You know what? Eve, let's go in here. Let's sit down a little bit and just talk. I'll sit with the TV to my back.
You're afraid
Here.
to turn your back on me?
No, I just love the TV. I always loved the TV. That was my thing before the fall. I always used this, watch this, show called Friends. You remember Friends?
Yes.
Down,
So no one told me life was gonna be this way.
Exactly.
She does the
Life
clap
is
as well.
broke. Your love life's deal. Like you're always stuck in second gear.
Okay, it's not
Yeah.
that funny. Anyway.
We sat in that house and talked at length about possible actions, scenarios, and outcomes that pertain to Eve's situation and her eventual inclusion into Burleyville. We talked for so long that the sun eventually had set and darkness fell upon us.
Let's make up a fire.
What?
Let's make up a fire and get you warm.
Yeah, we're gonna make up a fire in an abandoned house, cozy fire in the middle of the night. Only 2 people. What the hell is gonna happen? What do you think is gonna happen?
Are you cold?
A little, yeah.
Okay, hang on.
I was just gonna offer you to stay here with me as well if you wanted.
Oh, hello there.
Well, my house is just down the hill,
Notice the musical choices I'm doing here.
pretty much. But yeah, sure, I can do that.
Right away, I probably won't giggle.
Are you gonna keep me up?
No, I won't giggle in my sleep.
All right. Okay, hold on.
The tension here,
Let's make up a fire.
If you want.
Yeah, I want. Oh, I mean, yeah. Wait. God damn it.
Being here with Eve like this, a man and a woman together, it was something that I wasn't used to since the world had collapsed. But all of a sudden, I was feeling this strange sensation which I hadn't felt for ages. It was like I was back in high school again, a weird tingly feeling in my stomach when there's this spontaneous vibe between 2 people. Like you're about to do something stupid, but you can't exactly tell what that is or where it's going. The oddest of odd sensations. And yet it makes you smile like a jackass for no apparent reason.
I feel like if I'm inside gates then or inside a locked door or something that I'll be more secure.
I know. No worries. No worries.
Why does she talk like that? She's like, because this was my idea, but I did not think that she was on board with it. And then she starts to actually take initiative. Like, I want to feel more secure. Like, Jesus.
I'll stay with you until we get to the bottom of the root. Get to the bottom of the problem here. Fuck, I can't talk right now. Eve, I'm going to have to strip for you now.
Why should you be sorry?
Just
It's something that you need to do.
yeah, that's true. You're very clever girl.
He's having, if you can tell, Robin Burley is having a lot of problems with the words right now because he's very like, he's very flustered. He's very like,
All right. Now it's your turn. You walk up to the fire and drop everything you have on you onto the floor. You will almost instantly dry it up. And I think you're gonna have to strip as well. And
Actually, that whole thing has been patched now. I don't think you can actually dry up your clothes just by dropping them right next to a fireplace, like instantly. I remember I used that trick all the time, but that doesn't work anymore, and it's annoying.
I will turn my head away.
Yeah, because he's stripping now. So obviously, I'm such a gentleman, so I'm like turning my head away. Or am I?
Oh, what? You expected me not to peek? Come on.
Yeah, so, very nice. Oh, you're cooking?
I was trying to cook, but I don't know if I'm doing it right.
You can take this if you want. Another book for your collection.
You're You remembered my fascination with books.
Yep. I mean, I do remember some stuff. You know.
And at the same time, I'm completely obsessed with sorting my inventory so that everything fits nice and neatly. You know, like OCD. I'm OCDing all over the place. But pay attention now, because suddenly everything is going to happen very fast.
Can't really say that I haven't thought about you every now and then. I mean, it was a while ago, but you know, it's I've been worried about you, you know.
Yeah? I've been thinking about you too. I've been worried about you. Wondering how you're doing.
Eve was trembling, but she wasn't afraid. On the contrary, I could see it in her eyes, a singular purpose for the moment that twinkled with intent. Her breath was heavy, and for a moment I hesitated, not sure what to make of the situation. Then she spoke.
Come here, you.
Oh. Oh. For a second, I must have had the eyes of a deer caught in headlights, but soon enough, I remembered how this particular dance went.
And here's the disclaimer. OOC disclaimer. Because remember, I posted this so that the entire server would be able to watch. While they are getting their freak on, let me just take a moment and put a quick disclaimer here. You see, these voice lines and sound effects were edited separately and implemented in post-production for suggestive effect. Let me be crystal clear, absolutely no ERP ever took place between these two characters. We simply agreed in a very bland and platonic way that this is in fact what happened between the characters canon-wise. However, I still wanted to show it, not tell it, and I trust I got the message through while leaving enough to the imagination. While they, for all intents and purposes, did hook up in the story, again, no ERP was enacted during the recording of this episode. I felt that that was worded precisely, perfectly to actually, get people to understand where I was coming from.
Well now, this had definitely not been expected. The following morning, I woke up in the abandoned house feeling slightly confused and grinning like an idiot.
We tried to make it so that Robin is actually spooning Eve. We wanted it to look like that.
It's a little cold in here.
Good morning.
Good morning. It's a little cold.
A little cold. Let me hold you.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I wasn't really sure how I should take this, if it was a sign of genuine interest, or if Eve had just wanted to blow off some steam. Something with her had definitely changed since last time we'd met. Gone was her timidness, her cautious nature. Now, it felt like I was in the presence of a different Eve, one with determination, someone who took what she wanted and held nothing back.
So, about last night, like, where does this leave us? What does this make us?
What do you think? What do you want it to be?
And she's feeding me.
Well, thank you for feeding me. I actually needed that.
You're welcome.
I think I wanna take it slow. I know that you're in a state of distress, so I don't want to take advantage of you.
Take advantage of. Immediately as I said it, I regretted it. It was more likely that it was the other way around. Eve had been hungry for something that she knew that I'd been in a unique position to give her. But if she was aware of my amusing choice of words, she gave no sign. I had to say, I liked this side of her. I liked how it made me feel, all spry and full of mischief. Also, wanted, needed, appreciated, chosen.
But last night was nice. I feel.
Yeah, very special.
I think so too.
I wasn't actually sure what I was gonna do from this point on, if I wanted to make Eve sort of Robin's girlfriend. When Eve said, basically, what do you think this means? Like, where do you think this leaves us? You know, what should we make? What do you think? She basically left it up to me to design the story going forward. And I thought about, like, maybe we should be a thing, an item, because there were a lot of people on the server that had, like, in character relationships. So it wasn't like impossible for me to visualize that and actually get into it. But at the same time, I felt like, okay, I'm just having a crush, and okay, fine. Now we've just had, we've done the dirty on the floor here, but still, it's a little bit like, you meet someone, you hook up, and then you're immediately together next day. I don't know. So it was a little bit like that. Also, I wanted to push Robin's character as a gentleman, because Eve was in a very vulnerable state here. So Robin wasn't really aware of whether or not she wanted him, or if it was just, like he said, blowing off steam, just doing something for the moment, So he was a little bit cautious. He was like, let's take it slow, see where it's going. The plan is still to include her into our group. And that leads us immediately to the next problem. And this is some of our finest role-playing yet when we meet Rory. It's actually really cool.
Okay. About today, we are going to meet up with my brother. Let's see if he's at home. I'm gonna wake him up. He has a lot of stuff, so possibly he might have something that we can use. See if we can treat your affliction. But there's something you need to know about my brother. When he was back on the mainland, I don't know if you've seen it, but he has only one eye.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is that new? Or is that...
No, that's been a thing. Like,
Has he always had one eye?
yeah, he's always had like one eye covered up, ever since he got back to the island. He told me that cannibals ate his eye.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
Problem.
and
Problem.
he is very wary, especially around people that giggle like suspiciously. You know what I mean? So I want to see if he has anything, but be prepared that he might be a little hostile. I'm gonna tell him what it's all about, but just, be prepared for perhaps a cold
Would it be
welcome.
better coming from me?
No, I think I should talk to him first. But we can
You
go
want
there
me to
to.
stay here.
No, we can go together. Just let me do the talking. All right?
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Here goes nothing, I guess, or everything.
This was a very tense moment because I had no idea how Mehdi was going to play this out. I was really nervous here.
I made a silent promise to myself. I would be there if Eve needed me. Rory was my brother, but I would not let him take out his anger on Eve if he went off.
Like right here, I'm like, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. How is this gonna end? You know, because I didn't know how volatile Mehdi wanted to play Rory as. So this was intense.
And maybe you should keep a little bit of distance, just to be safe. All right.
Okay.
Yo, Rory, you home?
Yes, I am.
Good to hear that, bro. Listen, I want to talk to you.
Okay. What's up? Let me put my pants on.
Yeah, that'd be swell. That's actually appropriate.
You can literally hear in my voice how nervous I am here. I'm like constantly thinking, like, how am I gonna handle this situation? Shit. What if Rory attacks Eve? He's my brother, but I have fallen in love with Eve. What am I gonna do? I'm in the middle, like I'm really, really, I'm shitting my pants here,
Hey, broski. Hey there. How are you, man?
I'm okay.
Hey, broski, yo, my pal,
What's with the joviality?
Yeah. So here's the thing. There's been a development. Sort of a little bit of a crisis situation here. Remember Eve of the Church of Prophets?
Yeah, I remember her.
Yeah. She was a nice girl, right? You remember? She was a very social woman. We liked her, right?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
Where's
Here's the thing. I met her yesterday, and I sort of went to meet her because.
What are you hiding? You're hiding something.
No,
What are you hiding?
let me get to the point. I brought her with me because she reached out over the radio. She doesn't really have any
really?
place to live, and with Burleyville and all that.
Is she here?
Yeah. Hold on.
I'm like, yeah, okay, hang on, just let me finish. Admittedly, I know I'm like dragging this out just to make it more awkward. I'm going for a little bit of an awkward, funny thing here, but I could have like gotten to the point a little bit quicker.
There's just a thing with her right now. She has, in order to survive, she kind of, sort of had to eat some meat that
The fuck?
wasn't really kosher. I mean, it's... Remember those demon dogs that we encountered in the mountains? Yes.
Alright.
She kind of had to devour some of that stuff, and now she's pretty much giggling like crazy. And yeah, that's her. And we sort of, was wondering if you might have something to treat her with. Now,
Yep.
you know...
Go get her.
That was fortuitous timing. I remember talking to Mehdi afterwards when we'd done this and we'd actually watched this, and we both noted how perfectly fucking timed that was. Like, I'm asking him, we were wondering if you have something to treat her with, and he pulls out the shotgun and goes, yep. That was not intentional. He actually pulled out the shotgun not to time with what I was saying, but he basically just pulled it out because he wanted to load it. I mean, I guess he was going for some kind of belligerent roleplay here, but it was not connected to what I was saying, but the timing was so perfect.
Bro, you don't need to...
No, it's all good.
We have to see that again. I want to see that again.
We encountered in the mountains. Yes.
Alright.
She kind of had to devour some of that stuff, and now she's pretty much giggling like crazy. And yeah, that's her.
Check the timing now. Look.
And we sort of, was wondering if you might have something to treat her with. Now,
Yep.
Go
get her.
bro, you don't need to...
No, it's all good. I got medicine.
Alright.
Here.
Alright.
Get her.
Yeah, okay.
Mehdi did say afterwards that when he'd seen that, he was like, oh, that was so good. That was such good timing. He thought that too. And I was like, yes, thank God you saw that, because that was awesome. That was gold. Sometimes when you roleplay, you get little golden nuggets like that. And it's just, yes, thank God I got that recorded on, film, I got it on camera,
Just, yeah.
I was nervous as all hell. When I saw my brother load his shotgun, I immediately thought of Dex. And Eve wasn't even barely blood. I went over to get Eve and walk her up to Rory's house, but my adrenaline was pumping.
Yeah.
Okay, so he has loaded his shotgun, but goodness,
So, I've talked to my brother, and he says he might have something. Let's go talk to him and see what happens, alright? Just, yeah. Let's talk to him, alright?
Oh, okay.
I feel so bad for her. I'm thinking, literally, what the hell? Am I leading her into the lion's jaws now or something? And look at how he's leaning. He's like, mm-hmm.
So here she is. You remember Eve? Right?
Yeah, I remember Eve. Got a case of the old giggle fits, I hear?
Yes, sir, I do. Did your brother tell you what happened?
Oh, we'll find out. Come on in.
This was so good. I loved this scene. There are a few moments in this show where the role-playing just clicked. And this is one of those moments.
Straight into the living room, please. You too, Robin. Now, I'm sure you understand. You're laughing. Please restrain yourself.
Absolutely. Let me see.
There's a rope right there on the ground. I got a rope right there on the ground, please.
Rory,
Robin, if you would.
is this really
It's
necessary?
necessary. It's totally necessary.
I'm trying to be the one that's mediating, come on, dude, And he's like, oh, it's necessary.
Don't worry, my brother is a reasonable man.
All right, thank you very much, Eve. Now, if you don't mind, go over here and take a seat. Just take a seat. I'll get the medicine room. But first, I want to hear your version of events. How did you get that little sickness there?
I was distraught, discouraged, and so I decided to go up to the mountains and live with little
Up near the
food
bunker.
on me. Up by the
Okay,
bunker.
all right.
Something was calling me to be way up in the mountains, so I did. And
Calling you, was it
yes,
a puzzle?
it was more like keep an eye on this place. There's something eerie going on. You must find out what's going on. You must protect the people.
Probably like a religious thing, like, you know, the
Survivors,
spirit of
yes.
the Lord, something like that.
Rob,
it
please,
was.
let the lady speak.
All right, sure.
And
So-
how'd the laugh come?
Well, see, when I was up there, I got startled
If you lie, I'll know
by.
it. Please don't lie to me.
Rory, Jesus!
I'm not lying to you. So what happened was I was hearing noises near me, and I
should have reacted a little bit harder. I should have raised my voice a little bit more, like, Rory, no! You know, like, but then again, it's always easy to be wise after the fact. This was like completely unscripted. We were just improvising. God, I love this scene, and both of them are great. I love their role playing. Medi and I never got a real name, but the woman playing Eve, they were both really good role players. I know she actually role played on GTA on 5M as well. And Rory was really good, and he was also like, he always saw my vision when I was like directing him, and he took my directions because he knew that we shared a vision, you know. Man, I miss him.
dropped my bag. I had a second bag that looked just like
Okay.
this, and it had canned food in it, and I dropped it as I was running, and I ran up to the bunker, and I saw this old house that was crumbling down, and my stomach was growling so loud, and I felt like I was going to pass out at any moment, and I thought this was my end. And
You found a
that
dead
is
guy
when
up there? Decided to eat him?
and that's when I found not a dead guy. I found meat up there.
Meat. Okay.
Just
Just laying on the ground?
A single, just meat laying on the ground. Yes.
Okay.
And
Any
It
idea
was
what
either.
kind of meat it was?
It was either. It smelled a little.
Actually, come to think of it, I just spotted an inconsistency in her story. Because when we met up, I think she said that she found a Dutch oven filled with meat. Here she says that she found meat on the ground. It doesn't necessarily have to mean something, but it gives a little bit of a vibe of a fabrication. But, you know, I don't know. She could have just also been confused in the head and whatnot.
Funny, but at that point, it was either starve or eat this meat that just happened to be here, and
How long ago was this?
try to find. About a week ago.
He's trying to make her nervous, but I always love that one because he's actually turning away from her and pointing. You know, the first one he's aiming at the floor, and it's easily construed as being like, you know, like a dance, sucker, dance, you know, like shooting at the floor to make a person, you know, lift their feet and whatnot, be a little bit on edge. But there he's like aiming way back in the kitchen, and I'm like, I've always thought, like, why did he aim that far away? I think he's just like assuming that the noise and the action itself is gonna like raise adrenaline. But it's always been a little bit funny to me.
A week ago, okay. So, have you,
And I stayed up in the mountains because of the giggle, and I didn't want to come down. And then Robin got a hold of me on the radio, and I thought, of all people, you guys would be able to help me.
This situation could get out of hand at any moment. My heart went out to Eve.
I actually was kind of feeling really bad for her. She's standing there and she's actually role playing, crying. She like you can hear her tear up and stuff. I felt really bad here. I was like, "Oh, come on!" Like my heart was going out to her. Like I said,
She hadn't asked for this. Of course, I'd chosen to take her at her word and couldn't know if what she was saying was actually true, but everything inside me screamed that she was innocent. My eyes darted back and forth between Eve and Rory as I was trying to determine my next move. God forbid if Rory turned violent.
I genuinely did not have a plan for what I would do if he had turned violent here. Okay, sorry, now I spoiled. Yeah, we're gonna make it, but still, like, well, I mean, this is the commentary track, so we already know. If you wanted not to be spoiled, you can see the entire show on my YouTube. That is not called Roleplay Review. It's just Blood Ties. However, yeah, so I did not have a plan for what I would have done. I mean, I was always planning for us to end up in a conflict. Not always, but like when I noticed that there was starting to be a friction between the characters, like Rory becoming more aggressive and very like mutant hating and all that, and I was like trying to be sort of like the elder brother, but I was sort of losing my authority. I wasn't really the leader that I wanted to be and whatnot. So there was friction there that I wanted to grow. I wanted it to become more intense. And then, of course, in the last episode, we see what happens. But here, I was like, dude, I can't kill Rory. He's my brother. And if he like kills Eve or attacks Eve, that creates like a massive conflict within me, because how the hell? I mean, I guess it's one way to deepen the rift between us, but we already had done that with Dex. When Rory shot Dex, that was already a thing of the past. If he'd done the same here with Eve, that would have been like a little bit redundant, a little bit like we've done this already. We know this, basically. We've seen this happen before. So that would have been a little bit tacky to rehash that. But I should have realized that he wasn't going to do it, because he has a knack for good role playing. And I think actually Mehdi wasn't really a role player from the beginning. He was like PvPer first and foremost. Although, having said that, remember, I did actually meet him on Divinity. So it is quite possible. I'm not that knowledgeable about his past, his role-playing past. I just assumed that he was actually very much into PvP besides this. And I know he was, but also like that he maybe didn't have that much role-playing experience. But then he told me that he actually he did have quite the like extensive experience with it. So, you know, he was really doing what he was supposed to do, and I'm really thankful that he did hear what he did.
I was literally on my deathbed, starving to death.
Jesus fucking Christ. Get the alcohol tincture, disinfector. It'll work. Goddamn. I'll get the cure.
See? I told you my brother was a man of reason.
Thank you guys. Thank you so much.
Alright, well, I'm going to inject you now, but I need you to be aware that if this happens again, if you ever end up coming up my door laughing, or if I catch wind of it, I have 101 ways to kill you.
I
Easily.
understand that, sir. You have to understand that I am a woman of God. This was not my intent, and this is not natural. This is not what someone is supposed to be doing in this apocalypse.
Let me
No one
touch her
is
hand
supposed
first.
to be eating other people. No one is supposed to be killing other people.
It's very true. I think we've come to an understanding here. Don't worry, Rory. I'll keep an eye on her.
I felt so relieved. It was as if a massive weight had fallen off of my chest. I looked over at Eve and her eyes were wet with tears, but I could tell she was thanking the Lord for her good fortune. Rory had seemingly terrified her with his gunfire theatrics, as was no doubt the intention, but there had been a moment when I had genuinely feared for Eve's safety. I could only add my thanks to Eve's that I hadn't been forced to find out what I would have done if push came to shove.
Please pick that up and please inject yourself.
Okay, here we go.
Well, in the future, I hope you remember that my eye was cut out by cannibals and I put a bullet in the head of my child cousin because he was a mutant. Keep that in mind.
There is a
I just realized how, like, oh, shit. Rory told her something that I haven't even hinted at. So that was sort of like a big spoiler, which I realized at this point, like, I'm like, oh, we should probably have a talk about this, you know?
couple of things we need to talk about, but that comes later. First of all, I was thinking about actually having Eve maybe settle down with us in Burleyville. What do you think? Right now she doesn't have any place to live.
Yeah, so long as that laugh doesn't come back, and then I'm not gonna be comfortable with that, but so long as everything's above
that-
board, everything's good.
Yeah. I mean, we can probably manage that, right, Eve?
Right. I'm not going to do that again. I'm not going to do anything like that again.
Very good, very good. Eve, could you stay down here just for a minute? I want to talk to my brother. Can we talk in private upstairs?
Sure.
Yeah, follow me.
Now that the tension had been released, I still felt like I wanted to motivate why we should include Eve into our group so that the decision wasn't just arbitrarily being made by me.
This is actually funny because I wanted her to hear what we were saying. I don't know if Rory pulled down his voice chat to whisper, but I didn't, for the very reason that I wanted Eve to hear what we were saying, because afterwards she actually told me over Discord that she had been laughing hard when she heard what we were talking about here.
All right. So here's the thing. I feel like Eve might be like a real asset to us because we've had some problems lately, you know, with all that's been going on with especially since Dex. And I think you know what I'm talking about. Like, we haven't really... Everything has been weighing us down lately, and I think Eve is like a positive influence. She keeps the spirit up, and you know, keeps a light-hearted, jovial attitude, and I kind of like her.
Yeah, it's noticeable.
You know what? I didn't when you teased me about it, but it's.
I feel like you did.
No. Quiet,
Yeah.
quiet. Okay.
Come on.
No. Shh.
I could hear the butterflies having a riot.
It's like he goes back into teasing, and it's like, no. I like her a little bit now, but I didn't when you teased me before. You know, we go back into being the whole sibling squabbling, you know?
He's gonna hear. Quiet.
Fucking Oceanville.
Keep it down. No.
These balls on paper.
Stop it. Anyway, so I was thinking. Yeah. Whatever. Anyway, so I was thinking I was gonna give her like one of the houses within the compound, and have her like, you know, contribute and become one of the one of the team, so to speak. And are we good with that?
That's fine. Go with it. But I swear, it's not even a swear. It's a guarantee. If she comes back with that laugh, I'm not gonna hesitate. I'm gonna do, and I'm gonna enjoy it.
I know.
Terrible things.
I know.
Oh my
I'll
lord.
vouch for her. I'll vouch for her. Okay.
I don't think I've actually heard him or noticed that he says that. I'm gonna do terrible things to her and I'm gonna enjoy it. Obviously, his sadistic side takes over when it comes to like mutants and cannibals and whatnot. He feels that he's justified in doing what he has to do, but it's like puts me a little bit on edge there. Like,
She's not gonna do that. All right. Now, put a smile on. Put a smile on. Hey, Eve. So, you want to see your new digs?
Oh, yeah, sure.
If you want to live in Burleyville, that is.
Absolutely, yes. I would love that. I was looking for a home, actually. A place to call home.
Yeah.
The last bit of tension had washed out of the day like hot air escaping a balloon, and we set about showing Eve around the area of our home.
I know. So, this is Burleyville. Here we have our bulletin board where everybody can put, like, messages.
I was so proud of the fucking bulletin board.
If they want to. There's, like, a lot of them right now. That reminds me, I need to clean up the bulletin board. It's about that time. This is our compound. And this is where you will be staying.
Honestly, like, it's interesting to say this is our compound because my house is the only one that's inside the fences. Rory's like on the other side of the road by the water. It's like, it's kind of more my compound at this moment in time, at least, more my compound than it is his. But at the same time, he has the code to the doors and everything, so he can come in here. We have stashes in the garages and all that, so he has as much access to this place as I do. The only place he can't really access is my personal house. Where was I going with this? I was going to say something about it. But yeah, it kind of felt more like my place, this, because I was the only one putting up fences right here. Okay, he did help a little bit when we had that what was it, episode 26, the trip. At the end of that episode, he does contribute, and we keep building and whatnot. But I feel like the most of this compound perimeter was made by me, but as you can see, it's only the skeletal frames. But that was enough to keep people out. However, it's also understandable that Rory's house isn't within the compound because he specifically chose that mansion for for what it was. The Green Mustache building is usually preferred as a base. Well, with the 2 floors and also the only entrance. There's only one entrance into that building. And I think it was interesting. But the thing is, the perimeter can't stretch all that way around. Maybe it could. I mean, if we check fucking Lamplight in a couple of episodes, you'll see how much they built. But I felt like that it didn't really. There weren't. How we could do the perimeter here was like connecting buildings with fences. So a lot of the buildings became part of the fence. That was the best way to do it. We couldn't realistically have stretched the fence all the way out to sort of enclose Rory's home as well. First of all, I didn't think I don't think he wanted that. And secondly, it would have been a major disruption of road traffic going to and from Cougar Town. because our area was very high trafficked with people walking up and down the road.
I will be, of course, giving you the code so you can enter and exit as you see fit. Jesus. Well, you're gonna have to get used to living next to Cougar Town and hearing that.
Cougar Town was a fucking Wild West town, like a settlement in the Wild West. A lot of things usually happened up there, you know?
That happens on occasion. They have their problems, but they're the civilized group, the largest civilized group that we're in the vicinity of right now. So I can take you up there when you want to go up there, like maybe tomorrow or something, if you feel up for it.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Very nice. And yeah, so we have 2 houses available. We have this one, and we have that one available as well. That's just your plain average house. And of course, you've seen where Rory lives. He has the beachfront property up there, and that is my house.
Oh, that's a pretty house.
Yeah, I know. That's why I took it.
I'll have to see inside of it someday. Maybe.
Maybe
You'll allow it.
maybe you will be able to.
Okay, so here's the flirting, and Rory immediately, like, he doesn't miss a beat.
And you be quiet over there.
Oh, okay. I thought he actually would comment, but yeah, okay.
I didn't say anything.
I could read your mind.
Well, you read it correctly.
Okay, I knew it. I think that's it. So, where do you want to stay? Which house do you want?
Eve picked the 2-story building, the one I'd pegged as the carbon copy of our old homestead on Starter Island. The girl had good taste, it seemed. Before we could secure her house, however, she needed a temporary location to store her things. We decided to gate off one of the storage units so that Eve had somewhere personal to place her belongings. Nothing was in there anyway but a used stepladder which someone had left behind in a half-hearted attempt at breaking into the compound.
Yes, and you could just keep and that way you could just keep this ladder here, so it's protected as well. Since you got a free ladder, might as well, right?
True facts.
You know what? You know what I call this, Rory? I
What
call
is-
it God's will. Someone was being stupid and trying to jump into your area, to your compound, and God rewarded you guys with a ladder.
With the free stuff.
Yeah,
I suppose that's one way to look at it, yeah.
very true.
Have you been thinking about why the mutants might have been leaving me alone?
Not really. I mean, to be honest, I couldn't really think about anything yesterday other than... No, no.
Now he doesn't miss the beats.
That...
Oh my...
I haven't...
Get over here. Get over here.
What? What?
I think there needs to be a brotherly talk. I'll move over here.
What?
Was he sniffing? What was he, a K9 unit now?
No.
You had sex.
Stop that! No, this is none of your business, okay? This is none of your business. Just...
Oh my god.
What?
Oh my god.
What?
Oh my god.
No, oh, don't be such a baby.
I'm not being a baby.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm just come on.
But
There's
what?
apocalypse on, man.
Yeah, that's the No, I'm not comfortable talking
Okay,
about this with
I
you.
get it, okay.
Yeah. There we go.
Well, I'm gonna go up there, okay? I'm gonna go get food that's not people. And, I'm gonna get some,
Okay, that deserves this. Did I actually... Okay. I'm gonna get some food that's not people.
That's a low blow. But, yeah.
Wow. Wow.
is it too soon? I mean...
After we'd helped put up a gazebo in the middle of Burleyville, which he'd found during the day, Rory felt tired and was about to head off.
Alright. Just want to say this. Thanks.
Yeah. I got a limited supply of that stuff. Keep that in mind.
What, you mean?
The cure, that is.
Oh, the cure. However, I was fairly certain he was using a double meaning to also refer to his tolerance as well. And it did make sense. I was going to have to keep an eye on Eve for the foreseeable future.
Okay, I'll catch you later.
Yeah, take care, man.
Back with Eve, I decided to surprise her. I'd actually picked up something cute in preparation for Eve's arrival when I was heading off to meet her. Now that Rory had left and I didn't have to pretend to be all stoic and uncaring, I wanted to give it to her.
Aww. That's a cute one. Although, I don't think it has, like, more inventory slots. Right?
I love that little surprised, positively surprised gasp of hers. Like, oh, it sounds so cute. Let's hear that again.
That's a cute one. Although, I don't think it has, like, more inventory slots. Right?
No, it doesn't have any extra pockets, but that is cute. I should wear that
Right?
when I am wanting to when I'm just wanting to just run around and do whatever. Not so much scavenge, but
Well, I thought of you when I saw that, so it was cute, like you are.
oh well, thank you. Yes, I do love this jacket.
Good.
Robin's starting to get his his game on, like he's really getting there, The post-apocalypse is not the best environment to actually, hit on people and, become like hooking up or whatever, but he's getting there now.
And I will treasure it forever.
Oh. So, have you ever done it in a garage?
No, I can say no, I haven't.
That's a bucket list. You know that, right? That's just how it is.
In a garage?
There's
You mean like this one over here?
Yeah, there seems to be a bed there. I don't know how that got there,
You mean my little makeshift room?
Yeah, oh my god, there's a bed in there. Who'da thunk it,
Look how I end this episode now.
Oh lord, okay.
After, I looked into Eve's sparkling eyes and I realized that her company from here on in was more than welcome.
After meaning after sex, of course.
It actually reverberated within me on a level reserved for family and close kinship.
Here, I wanted this shot right here, I wanted it to rise above the treetops in the darkness and to see like the distant lights of Cougar Town. It kind of does, but it's very pixelated because of the artifacting going on. And it's very difficult to see that those tiny specks of light over there. So I'm a little bit disappointed with how this particular shot turned out, but at the same time, you can just barely make it out. But it's just so unfortunate that when it's pitch black or very dark on a computer screen, the GPU or whatever it is has trouble recording. Oh, OBS probably has trouble recording, making out subtle nuances of darkness.
I don't know why or how, but this was right. She belonged with us. I fell asleep amid the smell of carnal desires and rusty old car parts. and I thought to myself that after all the hardships that had befallen the Burlee family, I was finally going to have to get used to smiling all over again. It was a job I was cautiously looking forward to.
Hey! Yeah, I posted this 2022, so it's been a while. Okay, so that was episode 29, Diverging Appetites, and now I think you know what the title refers to, or alludes to. It is Diverging Appetites is a double meaning. It refers to both the appetite for meat that causes you to become a cannibal, and the carnal appetites of what went on in this episode in the second half. But yeah, that is one of my most controversial episodes for obvious reasons. But the aftermath of posting that episode was very mild. Actually, I didn't meet any backlash. I think the disclaimer in the middle of all that pretty much took the edge out of it. So I sort of dodged a bullet there, and I'm very, very proud of how it turned out. I'm very proud and happy that it was possible to do like a love scene without actually doing it. That was one of those moments when I actually felt proud of my abilities as an editor. And I didn't even have my degree in video editing yet. So that was a good one. Maybe not content-wise. Well, okay, yeah, for love stories and whatnot. But of course I have other episodes which I prefer as personal favorites because a lot of action and whatnot happens and a lot of other type of drama. But that was, every type of roleplay show needs an episode, at least one episode that deals with this, the human aspect of it, the emotional attachments to people, and the tension between a man and a woman and all that. So I'm actually very happy that we were able to do that. Plus the role-playing when Rory's confronting Eve is just amazing. And we have a lot of jokes in this episode. I love that I can watch this episode and actually laugh again when I hear the jokes. The teasing between me and Rory and all that, the bickering, the squabbling. Like that. So next roleplay review, I don't know when that's gonna be, but whenever we do that, it's going to be episode 30, named Just the Two of Us. And that's one of those episodes where it's a little bit slowed down. Not much happens in that one, even though the title would seem to indicate otherwise. But it's basically just me and Eve making a run, the two of us alone. But we do have some interesting moments, and I think we run into the Arbiters. And also, in that episode is split between me using my old headset and the second half when I actually got this microphone for the very first time. So the second half of that episode is going to be with this microphone. Don't remember if you actually hear the difference, but yeah. But we'll see when that happens next time. But at least I'm happy that we could do this one because it was a good inclusion tonight. Guys, thank you so much for tonight. It's been great. Hope you've had a good time. I will see you again tomorrow, as we have beaten Lure of the Temptress now. Tomorrow, it's time for a new game, yet again. And I just love whenever I can pick and choose a new game again. It just gives me that wonderful sense of freedom. So if you want to see what game we're going to be playing from tomorrow onward, tune in tomorrow, and we'll see what happens. I might continue something that I've started previously, but we'll see. If you want to, you can always check out my Discord, which is reachable through this link. That is where you'll always get the latest news and updates regarding the channel, and where you can get a hold of me personally, because, well, it's my channel, so you can always send me a hello there. And if you want to, you can also check out the retro progression list, which is reachable through this link. There you go. That is where you're going to be able to see where we're at, where we have been, and where we are going with the retro games. That's it. Hope you have a great night and a great Thursday, and I'll see you tomorrow again. Remember to stay safe, mind social business. That's a, I don't know, third or fourth time I've actually been almost ended up saying that. Remember to stay safe, mind social distance, and always keep the retro legacy alive, alright? EagleBite83 wishing you the best, take care, good night, and goodbye.